So why is Lucifer so powerful? And the differences between angels and demons. So let's jump right into the differences first. So we have angels and we have demons. So these are two seemingly opposing forces of the universe. And we've all heard of it. We've all heard of angels. We've all heard of demons. And, especially when it comes to religious belief, there's a war between angels and demons. And we're just the humans in the middle of it. We got an angel in one ear and we got the devil in the other, trying to influence our decisions. And, when you start walking down the occult path and you begin opening your mind, opening the doorways of perception, you've come to find out that they're not in war. The only thing that's in war is you. Because we're generating the reality that we live in. And the only enemy within our reality is ourselves. Because if we're all one, that means we're all interconnected. That means that we are the devil. We have the devil inside of us. And we also have angels inside of us. We have the source of creation. And so the source of creation generated everything. The source of creation doesn't make mistakes. It doesn't make some force that it has to condemn because of it just wanted knowledge. Because that's the whole idea of Lucifer. He was cast into hell because he wanted knowledge. So if you don't want knowledge and you want to become a sheep and live like that your whole life, then you can turn a blind eye on certain aspects of the self through religious practice. Or if you want to uncover the deeper, darker mysteries of the universe, then the occult field is for you. And so when we're looking at angels, we're looking at demons. These are two forces that they make up a perfectly balanced universe. They both, in a way, work together for the higher evolution of mankind and the dwellers within it. And so, sorry about if there's the background noise. But demons are not evil, seemingly. And angels can be a harsh being to work with as well. And so the difference between the two, we have angels, they exist on a higher density. They exist on a higher dimension than we live in. And then we have demons that also exist in a higher dimension, but they exist in a more chaotic energy field. So we have chaos, a pool of chaos, and then we have a light matrix, which is a higher density entity, which is angels. And so when we're working with angels, we're working with our conscious mind. And when we're working with demons, we're working with our subconscious and unconscious mind. So what is this subconscious mind? It's like the ocean. The ocean is fluid. The ocean is chaotic. But within the ocean, there's also order. And so the ocean makes up over 70% of the planet that we live in. And the other 30% is land, which is the conscious mind. So a greater aspect of what we are as people is our subconscious mind. That's where the power's at. That's where our true self is at, and our soul resides in, is within that unconscious realm within the universe. And so the conscious mind can be seen as the illusion, because we understand that we live in a matrix, where we live in a sort of illusion, where we seemingly are a human being called this name. My name is Nick. I'm a character in a human body that is seemingly, living out these certain dynamics, and I'm playing this role. That would be an illusion. I am experiencing the illusion of being this character called Nick. But within the illusion, that's where you find experience and evolutionary potential. So we as souls, we are everything all at once. And so when we incarnate into a human body, we incarnate as one point in consciousness, one point in time and space. Whereas when we are our souls, we are everything. So we're an infinite number of points. So the power to exist in one point of creation as a human being is extremely valuable for your soul's evolution. And so when it comes to angelic forces, these forces hold together a light matrix. And so when we work with them, what are some benefits that we can get from working with an angelic force? So they can help us with our conscious mind, which means we can learn to transmute the way that we perceive life. So angels live in a higher frequency, more closer to love, unconditional love and understanding, and, those high vibrations. And so if we're ever dwelling on the past, we went through a traumatic experience and we seem to be in a negative thought pattern where we've come to kind of just hate the world that we live in. We've come to kind of just envy people and, people hurt us, so now we hurt other people type thing. And we get into a negative loop. Working with angels can be the most valuable thing for that. So what the angels can do is they can help you to begin thinking more positively and showing you the experiences that you went through were all for good reason. And so you can begin to tap into that unconditional love and understanding. And that can help you deeply with understanding the self, and it can help you with the conscious mind to begin to get out of that negative traumatic experience. And so, there's pros and cons to that. So the pro is that you can begin to think positively and you can begin to flow energy into your life. So where your energy was stagnating through negative experience, negative belief systems and negative ways of thinking, you can now implement positive ways of thinking and now begin to flow new energies into your life and begin to attract the life that you want to live. But the only caveat to that, and this goes for, the mainstream spiritual community, is that's only one step in the right direction, is changing your perception into a more positive state, which is what angels can help you with. The only thing is, though, is that in order to fully process the experiences that we went through, we have to delve into the subconscious mind. We have to delve into the depths of the ocean, where there's all kinds of scary creatures and monsters out there. And to do that, we have to work with a more demonic force. We have to work with this part of ourselves, the demonic aspects of ourselves. We all know the saying that we all have inner demons. And it's not necessarily about conquering them. It's about making friends with them. It's about integrating these parts of yourself. And the reason that we're at war with angels and demons is because we're suppressing these aspects of ourself. We're suppressing the chaos within us. And so the reason why angels can only help with your conscious mind in regards to love and understanding is because they exist on that higher density plane. They don't exist within chaos. They don't understand anger. They don't embody fear in these deeper, denser emotions. Demons do. So they can only help you with that because that's the energy that they exist within, is that pure love and light. With demons, they exist in a pool of chaos where there's anger, where there's frustration, where there's fear, where there's sadness, all these deeper, denser, darker emotions. That's where these demons exist. And by working with these demons, then we can begin to work with our negative emotions, our sadness. So instead of suppressing it, by trying to always think positive, we can now feel the emotions, sit with it, and understand that by sitting with this deep, dark emotion and being honest with ourselves, instead of saying it's a beautiful day, understanding that's like, what I went through sucks, and I generally am not happy right now, but I'm willing to better myself. I'm willing to do the right things to move forward in my life. But to be honest with myself, I fucked up. I screwed up in life, and I made poor choices. But I'm ready to move forward in my life. And, I'm willing to do whatever that takes. And so by working with demonic forces, we can then work with our subconscious mind. We can begin to process the depths of that, because again, the ocean makes up 70% of the planet, which represents the vastness of our subconscious minds. It's really the root of everything that ails us is found within the subconscious mind. So we have all of these health problems, these issues, these mental illnesses, and we're always trying to figure out, okay, what pill can I take? What thing can I do to be able to process this? But in reality, it's trapped emotions and trapped experiences that we have to actually go within and open up and relive the experience so that we can then treat it in a different way. So, I would also recommend to working with both demons and angels at the same time to create that balance within your life, and really tuning into that. Is this the right thing for you to work with both spirits at the same time? Because I believe it can offer you a lot of value in that regard. And so that goes into the topic of why is Lucifer so powerful? So Lucifer literally translates to the light bearer or the light bringer. And Lucifer is an angel, but a fallen angel, which means that Lucifer was a positively polarized entity that fell, which simply means when an entity falls or an angel falls, it just means it's now projecting its consciousness into a lower density of existence. And we live in a lower density of existence called the human race. And so what this being does is it falls from the higher dimensions into a third and fourth density planet where it can then offer its adversarial energy. So it can create the illusion that there is chaos in the world, but the role that chaos plays is to, act as the balance. So to create a negative experience in your life, which thus then creates the evolutionary potential. And so behind every experience that we ever went through is our power, and those are our gifts. So without negative energy, without evil, without chaos, there would be no experience at all. And so there would be no human experience at all. So that's part of the matrix that we live in. And so what Lucifer is he is chaos, but also a light being at the same time. So he can act as the light bearer within the darkness. So that's why Lucifer is one of the most powerful forces to work with, because he's not only balanced within the light, but also balanced within the dark. And he's the ruler of the Qliphoth. The Qliphoth is the hell realms that make up the matrix that we live in. And when you look at Kabbalah, we have the Sephiroth made up of archangels, and we have the Qliphoth made up of demonic forces. And this is a balanced system that depicts the universe that we live in the order of the universe. And so Lucifer is at the top of the tree, and he rules over the Qliphoth. And so by working with the ruler of the Qliphoth, in other terms, the ruler of the matrix, we can then understand the deeper knowledge and the deeper secrets behind the reality that we live in. And we can finally see immense amounts of liberation where we're not fighting with ourselves, where we're not fighting with things in our outside environment, where we're always trying to point the finger and say that, the government is what is the cause of all my problems. These new tax laws are the cause of my problems. The chemtrails in the sky are the cause of all my problems. Whatever it is, there's alien, reptilian parasites that are the cause of all my problems. And it's great that we can understand all of those things, which we do typically on our first spiritual awakening. But thus then to ground that all in and understand that it all serves a role. And it's all here to serve you. All of it exists to serve you. You are not the victim in this reality. You are not the victim in this universe. Everything is here to serve your evolutionary potential and create you as a person, the most powerful version of you. And you literally are a god on this planet. And that's what Lucifer is here to teach you. You're not here to pray or bow down to any gods within religion. You're not here to, to meditate on a rock and ascend the matrix through nirvana, being a Buddhist. We're here to integrate it all. We're here to be a part of the matrix, be a part of the illusion, and understand it's a game that we're playing with ourselves, and not be so caught up on all the little stuff and just enjoy life because it's all just a big joke that we're playing with ourselves. It's all a big game, and it's funny, it's silly, but we're also growing, and it's a deep, dark experience at the same time. So don't beat yourself up. Nothing's out to get you but yourself. And so when we begin to transmute that inner polarity we have, where we're wanting to project onto something, that's the cause of my problems. This is the cause of my problems. This person is the cause of my problems. And just understand, all of it exists because you created it. And once we realize that, once we loosen that up, we understand that we are the most powerful forces on the planet. You create your reality. And everyone lives in a parallel dimension that's only unique to you. And the universe we live in is a mirrorverse. So if we're fighting with something, if there's a war between angels and demons in our reality, then there's going to be a war inside of you. And that's what you will attract. You will attract further experiences that confirm those outdated beliefs. So once we really realize the depths of what we live in, that's when we can become our highest version and truly integrate our soul. Because our soul, knows all these deeper concepts. And it's just about integrating these concepts into existence. And we can do that by working with the occult. We can do that by working with Lucifer. We can do that by working with angels. And just know that everything's balanced, And if it sounds scary at first, sit on it. But eventually, if this path is for you, then you will be given signs and you'll be constantly drawn towards it. And all I can say is, if you have the courage, just do it. I believe in you. And if you want to jump into the occult, literally, you can sign up for my Patreon, where